everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's look is going to be a drugstore slash first impressions video on a bunch of new goodies that I got from the NYX Unveiled party during that IMATS weekend, and new drugstore foundations that I got. And yeah, so a lot of these products I'm literally opening as I go, as I use them. So I mean, you will see as I go, but I've been loving all of these products that I've been using. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as well as follow me on Twitter to chat with me, and as well as on Instagram. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and talk to you later. Bye! Hey everybody! So I've been way long overdue for a video. So sorry, but you know, life got in the way, or so they say. So like I said earlier, this video is going to be a drugstore slash first impressions video. I don't know if you've seen my recent videos, but I was trying to find a drugstore foundation so I don't have to spend that pricey amount for the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Although I love it, I can't be spending that kind of money all this time. So I went ahead and I bought these puppies. I don't know why. I mean, again, like the color just jumps so much, so I bought two to just go ahead and mix it and create my own. And also I'm going to be including the NYX products that were given in the unveiling party during the IMATS weekend, which I'm sure you guys have seen this bag. It was so full of so many awesome products. So I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible, and I'm going to be skipping through certain things, but don't you worry, because I will be doing in-depth tutorials on certain things like the eyebrows and that kind of stuff. And I don't know if you've noticed, but they've been growing, and I'm pretty proud of myself for not pulling them out. So anywho, I'm going to start by using, by the way, I don't know if you can see this, but I am full of red bumps around my mouth area and around my nose. I don't know if it's the Sonic brush thingamabob that I've been using. It's a new item for me, so I need to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to start by using this NYX CC color corrector and hoping that's going to fix it. Like I said, most of these products, it's like the first time I'm using these things. So cross your fingers, because you will see if it works or not at the same time that I do. So everybody get scared because you're putting green product on your skin and it looks so funky, but the red correcting primers cancel out any redness. And I don't know if you can see this, but it literally already canceled it out. So first impression, this is awesome. And next, I will be using the NYX Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer, which looks like this. Now I'll be putting that in the areas that I did not put the green corrector, just because I don't want to double up on stuff. And it feels kind of odd. I believe they have a rice formula, I think they said. It said a while ago that I tried, and this kind of feels like it. But we shall see how the foundation sits on top of this. Okay, and I started doing something new. Hopefully it will work out on camera. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell as much as you can in person. But I have been contouring. I've been doing cream contouring underneath my foundation first, and then, you know, doing the foundation on top, just so it looks like a more glow within, instead of foundation and then, you know, contouring on top of that with more on, I don't know. I just felt like I was starting to look very cakey. So I've been trying this and I've really been liking it. So I'm going to be using the NYX Conceal Correct Contour Palette. They have a bunch of different ones of these, actually. Oh no, sorry, they're a little too far for me over there. But they have different ones, obviously, for different skin types and colors. But this is the one, this is for light skin people like moi. And I'm going to be using this awesome Tarte brush that I've been loving for this. So I'm just going to grab this dark color right here, and it's going to look a little crazy in the beginning, but don't you worry because we're going to cover that up with the foundation. So just to lightly brush it on, you know, just in the areas that you like to contour. I like to deepen my cheekbones. Hello. What the heck was that? And a little bit around the forehead. And a little bit under my chin. And I don't really like to cream contour my nose, so I'll do that later on with powder. So that's how this looks with the cream. And then on top of that is the foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray my beauty blender with the NYX Fix Plus, not NYX, MAC Fix Plus. I've been loving this to apply my foundation. Just kind of do a light spray, and I already damped it or ran it underneath a faucet with water, so it's just the Fix Plus is just sitting right on top. And I'm gonna take the darkest color first, which is in the color W3 Nude Beige. And I felt like this one was a little too orangey for me, but using it alongside the other one, it will hopefully match my skin. So I'm just going to work in little sections at a time. And actually this doesn't look as bad as I thought. I don't know if you could see that, but I pretty much already blended it into that contour, and it just looks very, very light, which is what I was trying to achieve. And a little on the top and the sides of the forehead. Okay, oopsies. And now I'm gonna grab the other color, which is the lighter one, which is in the color W12, which is porcelain / light ivory. Hopefully it's not too white, but I'm just gonna put this up top in the areas usually, you know, that you highlight, and hopefully it will all end up looking fabulous. And so far, you know what? So good. I'm liking the way this foundation is sitting on the NYX primer that I applied on. But the real test is to see how it is throughout the day. So I shall let you guys know when I post on Instagram. Just make sure to read my comments. And for my concealer, where the heck is my concealer? There it is. I finally found it, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewinder, and I grabbed the color Light Pale. So you just crank this little puppy up, and hopefully this is my color. Yep, it is. I love the way it applies. It's like a moussey, I don't know, a moussey sensation. And I'm just going to go ahead and go all over the eye with this to create my base on my eyelid as well. Alrighty, moving right along. I think this is turning out better than I actually expected. Thank goodness. So I can go ahead and post this instead of refilming it. Next, I am going to do a light highlight. I don't know if you guys remember, I bought this Instant Age Rewind, which I ended up realizing was a spot corrector. I thought it was a concealer, but it's in the color Fair, and I've been loving this. I've been using this every single day to highlight. It's just an awesome, quick way to do it. So just really quickly, you want to make sure you do all your liquids before you set anything. You don't want to go back on top of any liquid things with, any powder things with liquid. So you put all of your liquids on and then go ahead and set it and then start working with your powders. Sorry if I keep putting this there, if I'm blocking you guys. And now to set everything I did, I'm going to be using this NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, which is awesome. They're actually really, really cool. They're, you know, they stay on. They're magnetic. Are they magnetic? No, they're not magnetic, but they clip in, so you could take them out. So I'm assuming that NYX is going to be selling refills for this. Not sure, so don't quote me on that one. So to set my under eye, I'm going to grab, do they even have colors? I don't see any colors on here, but I'm going to go ahead and just mix this banana one with this light one. Kind of like I would with the Anastasia powders and the Ben Nye. Holy cow, what is wrong with me? And just go ahead and set this with my Sigma F35 brush. And I just like to set the T-zone. And now to contour on top with the powder. Excuse. I'm gonna be grabbing this color right here, and I'm going to be placing that on top of the areas that I used the cream contour. And this is the Sigma F05 brush. And as always, I always blend everything out like crazy. So if this looks a little harsh right now, it won't in the end. But I've realized how addicted I got to contouring. I do it no matter what. And you want to just bring that down onto your neck so it doesn't look a little funky. And then I blend this out with a stippling brush. And to contour my nose, I like using a fluffy brush, which is the tapered E40. I'm going to grab that same highlight color, you know, tap out any excess powder, just in case it gets a little globby, and just lightly run that on your nose. However which way you like to contour. I like to define the little sockets of my eyes as well. I don't know if you can see a difference right now, but from here I totally can. Okay, and now I'm gonna quickly do my eyebrows and then we'll move to the eyes, but I'm gonna do that off camera, so be right back. I want to show you what I use because these are new products as well, or some of them are. I just went in and used Anastasia's Brow Wiz in dark brown just to outline the bottom and the top of it. And then I went ahead and went in with this new product, which I was very scared to try because I have yet to replace Anastasia's products with other people, but I like it. It's the Salon Perfect Brow Pomade in the color light brown, which looks like this. And I set that with this NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in the color chocolate. So I really like this. This is something that I've been using ever since I got the whole bag. It kind of adds, it's a little lighter than my eyebrow hairs, so I like to use it kind of like a highlight. I don't know if you can even see it, but in person you can. Trust me, you can. You can just see the hairs. It's kind of like just highlighted on top. It looks really, really nice. So those are the products I used for my brows, these three little guys, and so far I'm liking it. Okay guys, sorry, I also forgot I needed to fast forward through this. So to make the process a little faster, I went ahead and did this eye. The only thing I need to do is pop on my false lashes when we get to that, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you how I achieved this by doing it on this side. And by doing so, I grabbed a lot of the NYX products that were in that bag and had to, you know, open them up. Didn't realize that I hadn't popped them open yet. But to start, I can't get away from my MAC Wedge as a transition color. So that is going to be the only eyeshadow that I'm going to use that is not going to be drugstore related. So I'm just going to pop that in the crease using a Sigma E40, yes, E40 brush. And then I'm going to grab, this is going to be very funny, I'm going to grab this NYX, which I thought was an eyeshadow, but is a blush in the color taupe. So it's a very, very, very light matte brown shadow. So I'm going to put that on the crease as well. And after that, these are amazing. I don't even know what to call them, but they're like a foiled eyeshadows. I don't know if you guys can see that. Super gorgeous. I'm not even using any water, any Fix Plus on my brushes, and the payoff on these, oh my god, is really amazing. So I'm gonna grab this color, which is in, oh my goodness, Bedroom Eyes. Ooh. So I'm going to grab this color with a Sigma E55 brush, and I'm going to place that in the inner and outer corners of my eye, leaving the center blank, empty, whatever. I tend to do this quite often. I like doing this because I like making the center of my eyelid pop with a lighter color. And in the middle, I'm going to be using this other NYX shadow in the color Liquid Gold. I don't know if you guys can see this payoff, but it's pretty amazing. It's like creamy, luxuriously oh my god, it's just so awesome to blend with. I am definitely going to be using these a lot more. Okay, so that goes in the middle. And then I grabbed another quote-unquote eyeshadow that I thought, but it's actually a blush. They call it a blush, but this looks like a bronzer to me. And it's called Beach Babe. So I'm going to grab this color with a, what is this? This is a Morphe M43 brush. And I'm just going to place this in the crease just to make everything blend together seamlessly. And grab that E40 brush again and just go over that lightly to blend everything out. There's never enough blending. If you want to learn something, or if you want to take something away from this, just blend your little heart away. It's just going to make everything so much better. Okay, and now for the bottom, I'm going to be using this Tarte, you can't even read it because of how much I use it, is the Inner Rim Liner, which just brightens the eye. I either like to use the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, which is a very white, or this, which is more of a flesh color. So just kind of lightly pull your lid, bottom lid down, and run that along your waterline. Sorry, it kind of sounded like a man right there. And from there, we're going to get the same Morphe brush that we used, and we're going to dip that in the Bedroom Eyes shadow that we used up top. And we're going to run that underneath. And I'm not going to take it all the way to the corner. As you see, I like keeping the bottom inner very light, and it kind of goes this way. So I'm not going to bring this all the way. And then just make sure you connect it on the side. And then I'm going to grab, this is called Girl Talk. It's a very, very light highlight color. I'm going to grab that and just put that in the corner to just highlight and bring it out just a tad. I really like doing that. It totally opens up your eye and makes it look so much prettier. Or so I like to. And for my liner, I'm going to do a very light wing. Very light, small, thin wing. But I have to do that off camera because I need both hands. And as you can see, I hold one. In one hand I have a mirror, in the other hand I have something else. So be right back. Okay, so here we are, created my wing, and I used the NYX Epic Black Mousse Liner. It's very, very black. I like it, and it's matte. And I don't know if you could see also, but I didn't take it all the way to the corner of my eye. I kind of faded it out when you get to the corner. Kind of like elongates the eyes as well as doing the inner corner highlight. And now we're back to a full face view. I'm going to be applying my blush, which is the NYX actual blush in the color Soft Spoken. Going to keep this very natural looking. I've been really liking this one. It's very, very natural, very light. And for a highlight, I'm going to go back to the contour palette. And I'm just going to grab this highlight shade right here with a fan brush and going to lightly dust it. This is the first time I use this, a first impression, so let me see this up close and personal. Oh, that's actually really, really nice. It looks very natural. I don't know if you could see that. Oh, you can. That looks so, so pretty. And then with my finger, I just like to grab some on what is this called? Ring finger. Jesus. And put it on the bridge of my nose. And also grab some and put it on my Cupid's bow to make my baby lips pop out as much as possible. And then I'm going to go back in with a smaller brush, which is the E45 brush, back into that same contour color I did earlier. And I like to define this little area right here in my lip. I don't know if you saw that just pop right now. Define that, and also put a little contour right here so it makes the bottom lip kind of look pouty. And like I said, you always want to blend everything out. Okay, and now for the lashes. I've been dying to use these. I've had them for God knows how long, and I've been dying to use them. But they are the velour lashes in Little Miss Carly Bell. She's so adorable. This is what they look like. They're not the usual style I like to wear, but I'm going to give them a shot because they look super, super cute. So we're going to go ahead and grab those. And using my Thrive Causemetics Lash adhesive. God, I swear I cannot talk today. Ugh. Gonna apply that on the lash band. And when I use this one, I don't usually let it dry for very long like I would when I used the Duo glue, but since I got rid of that, I've been loving this glue. Where's my mirror? So I'm going to go ahead and pop them on. Yeah, these are definitely different than what I'm used to wearing, but they look so adorable. Wow. These are super, super cute. I'm loving them. And now for the next one, just gonna go ahead and apply the lash adhesive. Just a few seconds to dry and pop them right on. Little tip for you guys, I know a lot of people have asked, even my close friends, how the heck I put lashes on so fast. Totally takes patience and practice. First time I did it, I probably put glue all over my eyelid. But the key thing is letting the glue sit for a little bit. And also when you hold your mirror, hold it down. The more you hold it down, the easier it is to apply. I don't know why, but it just is. It's just so easy. So you go from the middle, I go from the middle to the outer corner and then to the inner, and then I just pinch my lashes with the fake lashes. And just bam, it just sits right on there. So yeah. Okay, so the last step is my lips, and I'm not going to do any crazy color, but I'm going to be using a new lipstick for me, which is from Appeal Cosmetics in the color Mock-Up. Going back to just nude pinky colors. And on top of that, I'm going to be using this awesome new makeup brand that I got, which I don't know how to pronounce. I'm so sorry. Inus, I want to say. And this color is super cute. I just got these yesterday and I wore it today, and I think I found my favorite gloss. This color is an Innocent. So I'm just going to put that right on top of that gloss. I mean, the lipstick. Okay everybody, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, it was a first impression on so many of these items that I used, and so far I honestly don't have any complaint for any of them. But I will let you know in the comments in the Instagram pictures that I will post, so make sure you follow me on there. And what else? Don't forget to follow me on Twitter to chat with me, and Instagram, and subscribe up above. Leave me any comments down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much again for joining me, and hopefully I will be filming a lot more. Sorry, life gets in the way. You know how it is, right? Love you guys. Bye!